want to fuck Beyonce and Rihanna. We'll see which one of those things happen first.
All right, Sunday night, ladies and gentlemen, Keyboard Warriors live, presented by CageSide.com. Laggy internet and computer edition, motherfuckers, because we're both fucking hurting today. We're both hurting today, ladies and gentlemen. But I haven't done a show in a couple weeks here. The shit just got busy. Plus, it was like not much of action a couple weeks ago. But kicking off right now, talking because it's like the biggest talking point today for some reason, or one of them. Tyson Fury and John Jones. So Tyson Fury, I mean, I don't know if you saw any of that shit on social media. They were going back and forth and shit and all that. Well, Dana at the post-fight presser last night for UFC Vegas 74 was like, he put an offer on the table. He said, you can come fight. You want to find out who the baddest man on the planet is? Come fight John Jones in the octagon. And he said, we find a way to pay Floyd. We will find a way to pay you. Is it just me, or is that like the most like, yeah, this shit ain't happening type of fucking offer?
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, we all know it's not. Look, boy, I can't seem to get away from taking up for Dana. But for all of me, this is Tyson's fault. It all started with Joe Rogan saying that if John Jones and Tyson Fury went into a room together, John would walk out. Tyson took that the wrong way and made a video saying not a man born of his mother could walk out of the room if we went in there. Now, I think he had a little bit of clarity after that, and he realized that he fucked up and said the wrong thing, and he's like, no, but I want to box. Well, the reality is the initial comment was true. I fucking love Tyson Fury. All joking aside, his fucking redemption story, he's quite possibly the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time. That might make some people butt hurt, but I don't give a fuck. Ali Frazier, he's arguably the greatest fucking ever. I mean, that's how fucking good the fucking guy is. But let's just be very clear. If you go in a room with John Jones, you will die. You will die. A man, you out your mama's coochie will be fucking dead if there's not a ref there to make sure that Queensberry rules are in effect. That's a fact. Now, you might not love that, Tyson, but that's just a fact. You're not the baddest man on the planet. You're the best boxer on planet Earth. Now, all that is out of the way. Let's not be fucking silly. Let's give fucking James Toney his fucking flowers. Because as far as I can see, or who was it? And Ray Mercer. Let's give fucking James Toney and Ray Mercer their fucking flowers. Because as far as I can see it, they're the only goddamn boxers that ever put their fucking money where their mouth was. At the end of the day, it's always MMA guys going over to boxing. Of course, they get fucking thunderstruck and whooped because they're not fucking goddamn boxers. But, like, let's just be very fucking clear about what happened here. Tyson opened his fucking yap talking about being, coming out of the room and being a fighter. The reality is Tyson's I can't even find the right fucking adjective. Amazing, stellar, incredible boxer. Mm-hmm. He's not exactly a fighter. He'd beat my ass in a real fight. He'd whoop a lot of men. He's damn near 7 feet tall. But he's not a great fighter. He is an amazing, great, all-time boxer. There is a fucking difference.
Right. No, 100%. And so that's the thing. 100%. Oh, hold on. We got some comments here. Andrew Gray was good. Santiago, how you doing? Otis, if no contracts are being signed, I don't care. That's what I've been saying about every fight except Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. That fight, I don't give a fuck until they're in the ring. I don't hear that shit. So, but yeah, like if there's no contract. Sorry, my kid's outside the door. He's like, Daddy. No, we're not ready to make our internet debut, bro. Go hang out with Mom. Okay. Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, what are you gonna do? That's what happens when you got fucking kids.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, so listen, at the end of the day, this shit's not gonna fucking happen. It's not gonna happen. There's no sense in fucking I mean, it's fun to fucking, shoot the shit about, especially on a fucking slow. Let's be fucking honest. You know what the problem is? Let's fucking go ahead. Look, this ain't gonna happen. Okay?
No.
John's not gonna fucking, let's just, again, and this is no breaking news, but let's just be real fucking clear so we can put this to bed. Tyson would box circles around John Jones, and John Jones would beat the dog shit out of Tyson in an MMA fight. So short of that, it fucking is what it is. Look, do I think that Dana would make that fight? Yeah, I do. I actually do. would Tyson ever actually do it and get in MMA? Of course he would. He's pretty much he has in fact said as much.
Right.
So the problem with this whole fucking thing for me is the fact that this was news. And let's just go on ahead and segue to the next fucking topic. We haven't talked about anything yet, so I don't know what topics are what, but let's just fucking go ahead and address that goddamn, what is it, the elephant in the corner, the elephant in the room? Let's address that fucking fat, disgusting elephant, the goddamn UFC. And I am by far a company guy, but boy, their cards have been fucking disgusting. And let me tell you something. I fucking love Dana White. I'm a homer. But you know how ODW always says, you don't like the card? Don't watch it. Well, guess what the fuck I've been doing? All bullshit aside, these last two fucking cards are the first two UFC cards that not only have I not watched, but I barely gave a fuck to get the goddamn results. I just don't give a fuck. All due respect to Kai Kara France and whoever the fuck he fought that got that W. All due respect to those gentlemen, them fucking making me want to spend a fucking Saturday night with them in the summer. Nope. Sorry, bud. I mean, I barely watch Bellator or PFL, and I give them shit because it's just like, sorry, man, there's a lot of shit to do in life. Fuck, there's a ton of porn on the internet. Why the fuck would I watch a couple shitbirds when I can watch a tick fucking get railed in their throat? I'm not fucking gonna waste my time with this bullshit. You got to give me a reason to fucking care. So I got to call a spade a spade. When the UFC starts doing the same thing, and I'm looking up and down this card like, God damn, I would literally rather sit around and fucking drink cyanide than watch this fucking card.
Yeah, no, and you're not wrong. So the last couple cards have been pretty. I'm like last night's card ended up being solid overall. Like it's one of those things, right? We've seen it on paper, and you just like, God damn, there's nobody on here.
Listen. I don't give a fuck what it ends up being, right? Because you're right. I mean, fuck, man. Listen, we can go out to a goddamn Walmart parking lot and agitate drunks and eventually get a good fucking fight jumping off. But that's not the fucking point. Listen, all bullshit aside. After a UFC event, one thing I will give the UFC, you can bet your bottom dollar after a card, somebody's getting knocked out, somebody's getting choked out. You're going to see a fun performance on the card, but that's not the point. Going into Saturday night, you have to look up and down the card and say, okay, am I going to fucking tell everybody that I'm not available tonight? My goddamn friends, my family, my fucking pussy, my fucking goddamn drug dealer. Am I going to tell all these fucking people I'm busy, I'm not having no sort of fun, I'm staying home and watching this card for fucking Mackenzie Dern and Angela Hill? Are they sucking each other's tits?
Look, I get your point. I get it. You know me. I watch all of them anyway. But here we go. Otis is, what's up, Cade? Cade Morehouse in the house. What's up, dude? Well, my shit's fucking lagging hard. I'm hoping this is showing up on the screen. Anyway, yeah, it's fucking internet, it's computer. I'm all fucked up. I feel we're like an Atari. It looks like we're like doing a show on an Atari. Like, if you don't know what an Atari is, folks, you're good for you for being that fucking young. All right. Otis says, it's like we discussed before, Fred. These cards and fighters just aren't bringing it lately. Nobody's making a name for themselves, or they just don't have the game to be in the UFC. There's a lot. He's right. Right. And then, Otis says, no one on yesterday's card was busting. So there was like a couple of nice highlights, but you're right. No one's really like separating themselves. In the main event, Amir Albazi got a decision that a lot of people disagreed. Most people thought he didn't win that fight. Most fighters thought he lost that fight. And Kai Kara France got robbed. And that's what everyone was saying, which, whatever opinion you have is fine. But Amir Albazi didn't really make a name for himself. And he's out there talking about, I need to be next to the title. Come on, dog. Like, I get it. We could talk about fighter pay. We could talk about fighter treatment. We could talk about all, promotion, all that shit. End of the day, it's on the fighters to make something happen. To make something happen. Like, it is on them. Like, you can say whatever you. I mean, fuck. John Jones didn't come in on making a gang of money on the first fight. He made shit happen.
Well,
Connor made shit happen.
To be fair too, and I guess it's not actually fair to them, but just to keep it a fucking bean. Listen, flyweight was on the goddamn chopping block a few years ago. As much as fucking little disgusting Henry annoys me, he pretty much saved the fucking division. Right. And then Moreno and Figueiredo, how the fuck you pronounce the little prick's fucking last name? They went on to have a trilogy of fights that were fucking four fighting. How many fucking times those little pricks fought each other? But all the fights were really fucking good, and that sort of gave it a little spark. But at the end of the day, flyweight is still low key on life support. You guys are no fucking bantamweight. You're no fucking lightweight. You know what I'm saying? You guys aren't necessarily there's not a ton of contenders of flyweight, so not to put any added pressure that you don't deserve. But anytime there's a flyweight fight, like a main event that has flyweights, you guys
Yeah.
fucking sort of need to catch us on fire, man, to remind us why we, the common everyday average fucking dickhead needs to care about this weight division, because otherwise you're just a fucking couple little twats.
It's a great fucking division, honestly. Fucking great division. Other shit weird though. So we had the John Jones Fury shit to talk about. Connor and Chandler, did you watch the first episode?
Nope, didn't watch that.
I haven't watched.
Hey, listen, I love Connor, but I just can't bring myself to watch The Ultimate Fighter anymore, man. I just fucking
I made myself do it.
I
made myself do it, and it reminded me of why I don't watch it. Like
Yeah.
I don't watch I literally like. And look, by the way, props to my MMA Twitter and the people that follow me and I follow back. I appreciate the fuck out of you guys, because all I do is in the last fucking how many ever years, all I ever tweeted, I was like, hey, someone send me a tweet like 5 minutes before the fight's about to start. Then I'll tune in, because that's what I do. I don't give a fuck about the real world bullshit they do before. Like it's MTV all over fucking again. It's outside of the only different that they did with this one, they didn't do a draft, right? They did like clumps of fighters. They go, you either pick the new guys that haven't been in the UFC, or you pick the UFC vets. So that's the only different thing they've done.
The problem is, man, the concept is stale. Now,
it's super stale.
I sort of hate being this guy, because I hate a cocksucker that points out the problems that has no idea for a solution. That's fucking kind of annoying to me. It's like, shut the fuck up then. But to be that guy, it's fucking boring, kind of. And I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what you should do to make it not boring. Maybe it's the Contender Series. That seems to be pretty interesting. It's like you get a little taste of that shit, but you get like sort of to what we're actually looking. So like, it's like, bro, the real world was lit when I was 16. The Ultimate Fighter was lit when I was 23.
Yeah.
The concept, you could just you can't make it fucking interesting anymore. We've seen it done. The only thing that would make it interesting for me, and ironically enough, it's not even the coaches. I love Connor. Who don't love Connor, right? Like, let's keep it a buck. Who don't love? I mean, whether you hate him or whatever. I don't give a shit. See him and fucking Chandler respect each other and then jaw at each other. But I don't give a fuck. The only thing that would have made me tune into this season for me now would have been a Kimbo-like character. If they would have like got people who I'm like, ooh, I want to see what that guy can do. If they would have like got people from different places, or like even like standout kickboxing or standout like jiu-jitsu guys, something that's like, oh my god, like who's a name in jiu-jitsu? I don't follow it up, but who's the name? Who's
Gordon Ryan?
There you go. If they'd have got Gordon Ryan. Now, and look, again, I'm not saying that would have been easy, but I'm saying that's what would have made me watch. If they would have had Gordon Ryan and what's a kickboxing cocksucker, Badr Hari or whatever. You put that fucking fight in an MMA cage to make it to the UFC, I'm fucking interested.
Hell yeah.
But short of that, for me at least, I just don't give a fuck about these up and coming guys. I'm fucking old now, man. It's like I just don't got the fucking time to do this week to week. And then the little pricks are shooting their mouth off and getting drunk in the house. Again, that was fun for a while, but goddamn, 20 years later, who gives a fuck?
That's the thing. I'm done with the reality TV show aspect of it. Of all reality TV, I don't watch any reality TV at all, because this shit just got annoying and boring. It got so stale. It seems scripted now, because it's all the same shit all the time now. I know a lot of people make the argument about, well, you get to find out about their personal lives. I get it. Cool. Do you have an Instagram? Put it out there. I'll learn through there. I am not trying to sit here and hear a sob story. And all due respect, that's not what I'm watching fighting for. Just like I think Santiago just said it. He said the Ultimate Fighter is forced drama. Fighting is dramatic enough. 100%. You don't need the real world shit. You don't need the reality TV aspect of it. That's why the Contender Series is so good. I thought when it started Contender Series, this shit was going to be over. So like to your question, we're just like, well, what would you do to fix it? Stop it. Just cancel the Ultimate Fighter. Don't do it no more. Like straight up, just don't do it no more. Let it sit for like 20, 30 years, and then see if the next generation's into that bullshit.
I ain't gonna lie, and I know I'm just sort of shooting my mouth off. I know I'm probably in the minority. I'm sure some people will fuck with this, but I'm sure I'm in the minority of this. But now that I'm thinking about it, you know what I think would be fucking dope for the Ultimate Fighter is like a throwback to the old UFC but done through new eyes. So, like,
Mhm.
the idea of what martial art is the best is sort of silly now because everybody learns everything. But
Yeah.
that being said, there are still monsters out there like Gordon Ryan
Oh yeah.
who dabble with the idea of MMA. There are monsters out there like Badr Hari. There are
Yeah.
I don't know who the wrestling equivalent or what's the prick that just went to the WWE, the Olympic prick, that wrestler.
Gable.
That so
Stevenson.
now again, I realize cherry picking these cocksuckers would be really
Mhm.
hard, but at least that concept. I don't know who the fuck was in the Olympics for Taekwondo, but can we get that prick and put him in the cage? Who was in the Olympics for judo? Who's the up and coming Ronda Rousey? Like, who are these
Right.
specialists who are just animals? And yeah, like I get it that it's like if you put a really great judoka against a really great boxer, the judoka is probably gonna take the boxer down.
Yeah, we know what's gonna happen. Yeah.
Right. But I think in a sort of new revamped version, it makes the Ultimate Fighter interesting because it's like you're not just like this average guy or girl where it's like, okay, you can box a little, you can kick a little, let's get you in here. It's like, okay, you're a fucking gold medal judoka. So
Mhm.
we know you can do X, Y, and Z. Let's try to get your boxing up to snuff. Let's see if you got a mean right hand on you. Let's see if you got a kick. Let's see what you can do. You know what I'm saying? I would find that interesting. Like, okay, you won a gold medal in Taekwondo. Needless to say,
Mhm.
you can fucking machida somebody's fucking head off the cage. Let's see if we can't teach you takedown defense enough to make you a star, to make you a real
Right.
fighter, which would be unlikely. But at this point in the game, like, look, Gordon Ryan, I know he's dabbled or thought about MMA, but with his grappling game, you know what I'm saying? You get this
Right.
motherfucker at Extreme Couture or whatever the fuck, a really good camp. Or who are the Israel Adesanya and those pricks,
Yeah.
the Kiwis that
Oh,
got
kickboxing,
city
city kickboxing.
kickboxing. Yeah, get Gordon Ryan down there and get him training with some of the best strikers in the game right now,
Sure.
Volkanovski and Adesanya. That's fucking interesting to me. What could we
Mhm.
make Gordon Ryan with that type of training? That's compelling. All due
Boy,
respect to all the guys and women that are
nasty.
coming out there now. Piss on them. I don't give a fuck.
And that's the thing is a lot of hardcores are the tough hardcores, right? Will be just like, oh, you guys are assholes. You don't appreciate these guys.
Sure.
Here's the thing. I don't have to. As a viewer, as a consumer, you have to make me give a fuck. You got to give me a reason to care. That's literally how it's always been with everything. Like me personally, like, I watch everything. I follow everything and all that. I don't watch Ultimate Fighter, but you got to make me care. You got to give me a reason to give a shit about you. And
Right.
these guys, not their fault. No one taught them how to do it. It's almost seems to be like something you're born with, or something you already know, you work on, because no one's teaching these guys. You would think that somebody would go up to you and goes, hey, this is how you do it. You got to make them care about you. Give them a reason to give a fuck to watch you, right? And they're not doing it. So it's just the whole thing's fucking wild. Let me see if I
Also,
can
to be
comment.
fair, I think we got a little
Yeah.
bit of the American Idol syndrome, man.
Sure.
After the first 25 seasons of American Idol, can't nobody see it no more. We got
No one's
them
doing
all.
it.
We got them all. Like we wait another 10 years so they can be born. Like we as far as fighters go, you know how many of these cocksucker fighters on the fucking Ultimate Fighter, this is their 13th tryout. All due
For
respect to
real,
that
all of
guy.
them.
If you didn't make it the first 13 times, you might not be that guy. Like maybe
Yeah.
you're just not the next John Jones. All due fucking respect.
Yeah. No, 100%. No, you're
Like,
right.
to say that the talent pool might be a bit dissolved at this point, all due
Yeah,
respect.
understatement. No, you're right. But what's up, Bowie? Says I watch every card, but this is the first I barely watched. 100%. Santiago says I played Atari in the 80s. Good times. By the way, I'm not putting the shit on the screen because it's like slowing everything down. Again,
Gotcha.
we're on the laggy edition of the show. Bowie's are and then Otis makes Gordon Ryan or Craig Jones. That'd be great. Just a skill alone, both those guys. But Gordon Ryan has skill, and he fucking makes you give a shit. Whether you hate it or you love him, you give a fuck. So, and shout out to him. I know he's fucked up and sick right now, but he's getting better, hopefully.
The proof is in the pudding, right? The proof is in the pudding. What's the biggest fucking goddamn season of the Ultimate Fighter by a country mile? Season 10. Season 10. The one, and you know why that was the biggest one? Because it had Kimbo fucking Slice and a fat cocksucker by the name of Roy Nelson, who at the time was fucking destroying cocksuckers outside of the UFC.
And we all had a friend.
There might have been a couple other names on that heavyweight
There's a couple.
cast. Or maybe it was just the fact that it was a heavyweight cast. But Kimbo Slice was this street fighting phenomenon for all you little young cocksuckers that might not fucking remember or wasn't around for the Kimbo Slice era. It was fucking insane. Literally, imagine Jake Paul and maybe even more than Jake Paul. Real talk. coming to the Ultimate Fighter and getting announced and like when Jake Paul was at his peak, like right fucking now. Imagine Jake says, fuck the Nate fight, and he pops up on the Conor. Like that was what happened when Kimbo walked down that door. I remember I was watching, I was like, holy shit, it's fucking Kimbo Slice. Oh my fucking God. And that whole season was incredible because of Kimbo and the anticipation that came with what can this street fighter actually do in the cage. It was, it was by far the most fucking lit. See, and it wasn't because the coaches, it wasn't because they're cocksucking drama. That coach drama was cool for like the first 3 or 4 seasons.
Yeah.
At this point, they barely fight each other. It takes 8 months after the season. Son, again, I'm old school. Back in the day, the goddamn coaches fought at the finale. So at that point, it's kind of cool. We get to crown our guys. The coaches fight. We've got all this animosity. We finish it all that night in the cage. The coaches finish it. The fighters finish it. But now, man, who gives a fuck? This is going to air. Connor and fucking Chandler ain't going to fight each other till fucking December. It'll be 3 months removed from the start. If they even fucking fight. So nobody gives a shit about who's coaching the Ultimate Fighter no more. It just doesn't fucking matter.
It feels like they're just going through the fucking motions too. No, that season of the Ultimate Fighter with Roy Nelson and Kimbo is my favorite part. I mean, look, this is how you know is when Kimbo and Dana White introduces Kimbo, everyone in that room got saltier than fuck because everyone knew who that guy was, and you either hated him or you loved him, right? You make a great fucking poet, Jake Paul. I would fucking. I'm not a Jake Paul fan whatsoever, right? But I give him props for doing what he's done with how he's done it. Good for him. But if that motherfucker out of nowhere pops up and is like, yeah, I'm on Team Chandler. Fuck you, Connor. I'm like, we're all watching.
I haven't even paid attention. What division are these guys at? Are they at 55? What division?
Shit. Great question. Featherweight. Someone in the comment section. Oh, does he know? I can't remember. But so not his weight class. I'll tell you that.
Right, but I'm so far out of the loop. But that would literally be like Jake Paul coming on this season, and then whoever Bellator's champion is for that weight division coming over, because Roy Nelson was a big fucking deal at the time. Like he was a fucking super popular fighter outside the US. Like him coming on for the hardcores was just as big a deal for the regulars as Kimbo was. That's why we were all like, oh shit, and bigger than shit. Roy Nelson and Kimbo fight each other. Are you fucking kidding me? I was fucking going crazy. And of course, Roy just gets him down and gives him the old in hindsight, it makes perfect sense what happened. But I gotta say, going into that fight, you talk about fucking excited. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, that's the funny thing about when you saw Kimbo, he's like, oh man, I want to see that guy fight. You saw Roy Nelson, you were like, I got a couple friends that probably look like that motherfucker, like straight out. That's why you watched. So it was great. All right, a couple more comments, or a few more comments actually. I'll get to your question here in a second. Notice MMA on Cage. What's up, Gabriel? Good point. Twitter and Instagram weren't around when Tough started. Dana White Contender Series was the next evolution in the late 2010s. I'm telling you, we don't need the drama, the reality TV show anymore. Just tell these guys, hey, get on your social media. We'll shoot the shit for you. All the segments you do was like the zoom ins in the dark room with the light on your face. Like you can see the fucking rings in the eyes from the ring light. Do those for the fighters. Give it to them for free because all it does is help you promote shit. Do that. And it helps them promote their Instagram. Dude, everyone's happy at that point. But, it's, whatever. I get irritated with the shit that MMA organization won't do. Here's a question from Otis. Says, what's the biggest super fight in MMA right now? Like one that will make you say, I'm not missing this fight for anything. Someone with Volkanovski, honestly.
Yeah. All due respect to both. It's John for me. It's John.
John and who though?
I guess if we're talking about just whatever, as much as he pisses me off, and I think he screwed the pooch, but to be fair, if we're just having fun, John and Tyson in a cage would. I'm pretty sure John beats the absolute dog shit out of me. But if Tyson, if we're just having fun here, if Tyson actually did it and they actually made John Jones versus Tyson Fury for the heavyweight championship of the UFC, if that actually happened, I'm shitting my pants a little bit. Other than that, though, John and Francis is the fight that if they got Francis back, that's the fight that I would probably
Yeah.
be most excited for, because it's John's still the one for me, man. He's still like that's our guy that it's like, okay, how I don't know. I feel like John is everything that everybody wants Habib to be. All due fucking respect. I don't mean to take a shot, but like he's there. He moved up. He did it. We're here with it. He's about to take another challenger. It's like and now that he did that to fucking Cyril Gahn, I'm just like, how fucking good is this guy when he's motivated and when he's on it and when he's nervous and when he's scared a little? How fucking good is John Jones? Like, that's my question for the sport.
Terrifying.
I mean, I love Volkanovski, but he got beat. You know, we sort of, you know, he's like, and he's short. Don't get me wrong, it was a close fight, but it's like we ain't seen John's upper bound limit yet, man. We've seen him in a couple close fights throughout fucking 15 years or whatever. I mean, I really don't. Again, I don't know whether it's the coke or the fucking white broads or what the deal is, and I guess I do know that it's all that, but like I don't think we really respect what John has done in this fucking sport enough sometimes. Like that fucking dude, you know, in the cage is just absolutely fucking incredible. You know, when Gaethje first came to the UFC, he had this amazing line. He won a couple fights, and after one of the fights, he said, "I'm looking for the fucking man who can be my equal. I'm looking for the guy who can put me down." That I got fucking goosebumps. Like, all right, talk your shit, Justin. Now, listen, thing is, Justin found that guy. Yeah, Justin waited around long enough in the UFC. He found that guy that was his equal that would put him down. Hey, listen, John ain't found that guy yet.
Nope.
John ain't found that guy yet. He's found a couple guys that came kind of close and a couple that tinkered around. John ain't found a man that put him down and showed him what it was to be beat up by another human. We ain't never seen nobody do that to John yet. And that's compelling, dog. That's compelling.
For me, the guy that could have done that was Francis, personally. But you know, MMA says as far as like what super fights, you go Jones versus Ngannou still, but that's over. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Oh, it's bantamweights and lightweights for the Ultimate Fighter. So
okay.
And then here's the one I saw it and I was like, ooh, I don't know if you call it a super fight. But if they made this fight, I would be ecstatic because I'd just be like, it's one of those fights you're just like, holy shit. Israel Adesanya versus Khamzat Chimaev would be a crazy fight.
Yeah. Listen, yes. The only problem I have with that fight is, and it's not a problem because I'm sure listen, as crazy as Khamzat is right now, he's not really proven at 85. What if I'm not mistaken? He's got one knockout at 85, and that was against the Meerkat, right? Meerschaert, whatever. No disrespect. And then listen, Meerschaert went on to win a couple fights after that. He's looked really good. That win aged well. That being said, it was Gerald Meerschaert. Now, I'm not saying that Khamzat wouldn't look great against Izzy. It's just we have to keep in mind that's a while. You can't knock out Gerald Meerschaert, you know, go destroy some fuckers at welterweight, which quite frankly, again, if we're keeping it fucking being, he didn't necessarily destroy Gilbert fucking Burns. He won that fight, but it was a close fight where he got hurt a couple times too. So, you know, that would be a great fight, but I you know, I don't. That is a sexier fight, but I think Khamzat might want to take on Leon Edwards first. I mean, I guess we're not exactly. We don't know what he can do at 85 yet. We're talking about Izzy. I think, again, we got to start putting some respect on some names here. Israel Adesanya just overcame his ghost who just went up to 205. Khamzat might want to beat somebody at 85 or get that belt at 70 or do something. He looks great, but like, let's just fucking ease on the brakes a little bit there.
Our guy Kairos in the chat says, sorry, he beat me to what I wanted to say. Fucking shit. I'm going to give you a second comment first, Kairos. That made me laugh. He goes, Gerald Meerschaert slander on 10, bro.
Yeah, listen. The win aged well, but like, let's fuck off with the Izzy fucking talk here.
You're firing off, and Meerschaert over here catching strays, dude. What the fuck? So funny though. And then he says, I think Khamzat would get nuked by Izzy. I wouldn't doubt it. But that's a rough fight.
That's the thing. All joking aside, that's the thing. I don't know how he would do at 85. I mean, and listen, and let's be fair about the fucking Gerald Meerschaert. It was a one-hitter quitter. I mean, it was a beautiful punch, but I mean, fucking thunderstruck him one time. Homeboy falls down and it's over. We still haven't seen Hamzat get weighed on at 85, held down, held against the cage. Who's a real boring prick at 85 that just fucking holds you there? Well, I shouldn't do Bo Nichols like that, but let's see how he does against a Bo Nichols, a big prick that can fucking, really fucking grind on him and fucking hold him against the cage. And maybe he can't. We'll see. But let's just fucking see what happens with fucking Hamzat at 85.
I'm saying, sorry, someone sent me a tweet on DM me a tweet. This one dude said it's time to have this conversation. He was never really that good. And a picture of Francis Ngannou.
Oh, listen.
That's the dumbest.
No. Listen. I think Francis made a bad move with this whole thing. But let's not get silly.
Someone's salty.
He's a great fighter. He's a tough guy. At the end of the day, he's a heavyweight that has the ultimate fucking ace in the hole, fucking stopping power with both his fucking hands. So
and a crazy
not
story.
That good. Fuck off. He's definitely that good. You know what I mean?
He's that good. Yeah. And it's a crazy fucking story too on top of all of that. So, shit. All right. Let's see what commentary, and then we gotta. Yeah, we're at the 32-minute mark. We might as well call it for the day. All right, last one with Vittori. Vittori versus Hamzat. Expose them. Put their DM on the TL. It is not their DM. It's a tweet. But I've seen this asshole before, and I'm pretty sure he's a fucking troll. So fuck that guy.
Yeah, you almost gotta be trolling or just hating. And again, I've been against this whole move from Francis in the beginning, but I'm not a fucking cunt. I'm not gonna be like, we wasn't even that good of a fighter in the beginning. Shut the fuck up.
Last thing right here before we go. It says, Fred, how about Hamzat versus Paulo Costa? That he beats Paulo Costa?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Paulo's not shooting on nobody.
Well, and listen, let's do the fucking fight. Let's see what happens. If he comes in and shits on Paulo Costa, if he fucking just takes him down and fucking dogs him out, and again, I'm not saying I would favor him in a fight against Izzy, but then it's like, all right, we've seen what Paulo can do at the top levels at 85. We know a dominating win against Paulo Costa means something at 85. Again, all jokes aside, knocking out Gerald Meerschaert doesn't mean a whole lot. It means a little bit. I mean, look what it fucking did for the cocksucker's career. We're mentioning him in the same breath with fucking Izzy because he's got one fucking punch knockout win at 85. What the fuck? But realistically, Paulo Costa or somebody right along that region. Hell, Derek Brunson. Let's give him Platinum Derek. I mean, let's just fucking cool our britches a little bit. There's a wide fucking gap between Gerald Meerschaert and the fucking the goddamn greatest middleweight that's ever sucked in oxygen, for fuck's sakes. I mean,
more straight for Gerald
these days, or fucking Rich Franklin or something. I mean, what the fuck, Anderson Silva or fucking goddamn Israel Adesanya? You guys are fucked.
Oh shit! All right, boys. We'll finish off with again. It's been a minute since we've been live, so let's talk just a little bit here. UFC 289 this coming Saturday. Our very own Jay Anderson, Cageside Press, will be there covering it all week long. Main event, Amanda Nunes versus Irene Aldana, which I think we all agree it's a better event than a main event than her and Pena. And then Charles Oliveira versus Benil Dariush in the co-main event. That's solid. The week after that, Marvin Vettori against Jared Cannonier. I will be on vacation, so I ain't even gonna catch that. Yeah, I ain't even gonna catch that one. Co-main event for that one, Arman Tsarukyan against Joaquim Silva, which honestly, Arman's a bad motherfucker. So I might have to tune in for that one. And then after that, Josh Emmett, Lito Puria in Jacksonville. We're back to doing fight nights in cities. Co-main event for that, it's Amanda Hebus versus Macy Barber. After that, it's Strickland against Abus Magomedov as the main event at the Apex. I'm totally making your fucking point on these fucking Apex cards.
This is fucking disgusting. I'm not gonna bullshit. This is a rough. Thank God, boy. I'm outside this summer, dog. I will catch these bad boys on the Twitter machine.
I'm making your point as I'm going. Fuck. All right. And then UFC 290 International Fight Week, Alexander Volkanovski, Eddie Rodriguez, Brandon Moreno, Alexander Pantoja, Robert Whittaker, Dracus Duplessis, and Gabriel Gonzalez will be there for Cageside Press on that one. Then Holly Holm got another fucking main event. I don't know how she does it. And the week after that, then after that, Aspinall Tibura in London, which by the way, that card allegedly is pretty weak, and the prices for those tickets are insane in London. And then UFC 291, the BMF belt. Let's talk about that real quick in a second. But Dustin Poirier against Justin Gaethje for the BMF belt. Jan Blachowicz and Alex Pereira in the co-main, and Tony Ferguson's fighting Bobby Green with Paul Costa and Ikram Aliskerov. After that, I'll be there in Salt Lake for that one. The BMF belt, just to finish up the show. do anything for you on that fight, or is the fight should be enough? But does that belt do anything for you?
No, not really. I mean, I guess it's hard for the belt to do much for me when there's not a real lineage for the belt. I mean, Masvidal lost like 3 times after he won the belt.
Yeah.
I'm just unaware of, like, did Usman not get the belt? And then does Leon not get the belt because Usman fucking, I mean, you can't have the belt for being the baddest motherfucker and then get fucking starched. Like, be one thing if you got held down, dog, you got put to sleep. That belt's mine. This UFC belt's mine, but that BMF belt, I mean, so if you're asking me to take the belt, and I know you're not, but like,
yeah,
if the organization is asking me to give any credence to this belt, it's like, I don't know what we're doing, because he shouldn't have had that. You can't just give it to these guys because he retired when he got started, right, and he had the belt. So for all of me, ironically enough, to fucking Jorge, Leon Edwards has got the BMF belt if we're fucking keeping the real lineage about it. So maybe there's BMF belts for different divisions. This can be the lightweight BMF belt. I'll maybe give them that, which again, we're getting into some pretty fucking cheesy, corny territory. I mean, I guess I'll fucking play along for fuck's sakes, but like, I don't know otherwise. It's the fight's fucking great. Who don't like the fight? The fight's good. I think those are 2 of the baddest motherfuckers at lightweight. So, I ain't mad. But like, having a physical belt, am I going to be like, yeah, but fucking Gaethje's the BMF title holder, so that's got some credence for his leg. What? Like, at the end of the day, what does it really mean? Not a goddamn thing. I mean, there's no real fucking meaning with the belt. So, I don't know. It's okay, but it's a little silly at the end of the day.
I see people on both sides of it. I'm kind of indifferent. Like, that's cool, whatever. Give him a belt. Why not? All right. That's going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Again, keep it locked to CagesidePress.com for all your MMA coverage. Shout out to Andrew Gray, Santiago Rodriguez, Otis, Curtis. Sorry. Fuck, I can't read, bro. I'm so out of it. Cade was here. Bowie was here. Who else we get? Kairos was here. MMA on Cage. I'm assuming that was Gabriel Gonzalez. He was here. Santiago. Everyone that tuned in. You guys are dope as shit. We love the fuck out of you guys. We'll catch you guys on the next one. UFC 289 this weekend. You can follow Fred at dude, we missed one fucking week, and I'm like losing the script in my head. At Jesus for Fred. I'm at Ela32 at Keyboard Man for the show. At Cageside Press on all the socials for us. All right, make sure you hit those up. Hit the follow on those. We appreciate the hell out of you guys for doing that. And it's gonna do it for us tonight. So appreciate the hell out of you guys for hanging out. For myself, it's Fred Kirby, the entire team at Cageside Press. We love you guys. Have a good night. Good night, Wilshire.